Hello everyone and welcome to APT University. Today we're going to be discussing product categories and customer groups. Now to follow along with this presentation you will need to already have some customers and products created in AdvancePro. For guides on how to do that as well as all of our other APTU videos, you can visit the resources tab on advanceprotech.com or our YouTube channel. We have dozens of videos about how to get the most out of AdvancePro. So moving to AdvancePro now. We are going to come right into the software, and here we're at the main dashboard. Now, what we need to do to create a product category, so we're going to go to the products dashboard. So we're going to click on that product tab up at the top, and we're going to come into manage categories on the other column right here. So this is where we can create and manage our product categories. Now, it's important to note that you can have categories and subcategories, and as you can see, subcategories, and you can go as many layers deep through those categories and subcategories as you want. Now, you can also have a single product that resides in multiple categories and subcategories at once, and you can have as many layers and levels as you want. So if you want a product to be in one category for your online shopping that lays out the navigation of your online shopping that AdvancePro is going to be syncing with, either an AdvancePro B2C, B2B, or sales rep shopping cart, or perhaps something that we're working with through our API, such as WooCommerce or Shopify, you can have that structure all set within one set of categories. Now, you can also have a second set of categories to apply pricing rules, and that might be a completely different category. Now, you could also have that product sitting in a third category for reporting purposes, and even another category on top of that where you can put rules against it in QuickBooks about which asset account it goes in, for example. You can do each of those with a category that you create here. Just be careful not to create rules conflicts between these different categories. Now, to add a product to a category or a subcategory, first you need to create the category. So you can just type in the name and click Add New Category. And then you can go ahead and check off that category to edit the products that are into it or to create a subcategory for that category. So you would just click New Subcategory to create the subcategory, type in the name, and add that subcategory. And to associate the product to a category or to a subcategory, just have it checked off. Go ahead and click that Associate Product Category. This is going to take you to your product listings. You can search here by SKU or here by product name to narrow those listings down. You can select everything that appears in your search, or you can grab just an individual item and you can click that Add button, and that's going to allow you to add that item to this category. Okay. Now we can also remove those items by clicking off and hitting disassociate to remove that item. So this is a listing of all the items there. Now we can create customer pricing from here as well. If we want, we can create a default price product so that you can create pricing across all of the products in this category. And we'll also talk a little bit more once we get into customer groups, that we can actually associate a group with a category and create a customer rule for those customers with the products in this category. So we'll touch on that briefly. We also have a full video on our pricing capabilities and price lists that you can take a look at. Now, let's go ahead and just talk about the different uses for these categories and subcategories now that we've talked about creating them and putting products in them. So they're used all over AdvancePro. If you're in a new customer order, for example, if we come in and we choose a customer, you can use a category here to narrow your search results. So we could choose just electronics and then hit the search button to just see the products in the electronics category. Now you'll also see that on View Products and on View Manage Inventory, where you can filter down to a particular category. And so that's just one easy way to sort through AdvancePro's own searches. Now you can also use them in your web settings in AdvancePro, where you can actually set, let's say for B2B, where it's the most relevant, we can actually come into our website settings, and you'll see customer product settings. We can set a particular customer, and we can allow them to view only a particular set of categories. We can also set how those categories are viewed in terms of ordering, so we control our website navigation using categories in AdvancePro. You can also use this to make certain products invisible to customers by either not putting them in a category or putting them into a category that's disabled for web viewing. Okay? Now you can also use them in your QuickBooks settings. So if we head over to our QuickBooks settings, we can go and control, if we go to settings, for a specific category of products, which asset account, income account, cost of goods sold account, and expense accounts, any transactions relating to the goods in that category apply to. So it's a very, very powerful tool when it comes to our accounting practices. And finally, in reports, we can filter many reports by product category. So if we head over to reports, we can do an inventory report or a sales report by product and filter it down by product category. So let's do an inventory report. I believe we can filter that by category. There we go. And there's a number of other reports that allow you to filter down by category. So that covers product categories. Let's talk now about a very similar feature, but it applies to customers. It's customer groups. And to do that, we're going to go to the customer's dashboard. So that's the customer tab at the top here. And we're going to come to, under customer info, customer groups. So this allows us to create groups. And you can see I've created a group very similar to creating a category for 10% off. So let's go ahead and take a look at that. So here we've got 3 customers in a 10% off group. We've also created a default pricing customer. And so we've got this particular customer at the bottom. Their customer-specific pricing gets reflected to all of the other customers, okay? Now we can associate a customer to the group in just the same way. So we can go and add or search for a customer. And this way we can start to manage customers in groups. So if we have all of our wholesale customers and we want to give them specific pricing or certain reporting capabilities, we can do that as well. This is very, very similar to the categories. And if we back off just a little bit, I'm going to head over to our products tab again. We're going to come to global pricing. So here, we come to the global pricing options and promotions. We can choose a group, we can choose a category, and then we can start to create rules. For example, we want to give them a discount or a markup across the board within these categories. So we can go ahead and set those up as well. So we can do per product pricing as well. And that's another area if we go to a specific product where we can look at the specifics of a customer group and manage that group as a whole. So that's from the customer pricing tab. We hit create pricing. We choose our customer group, and our group gets checked off automatically. So we can create a pricing rule for this product on that group. So that's just a couple of ways we can use customer groups. Another useful thing is in reporting. We can come in and we can create a customer orders report. And that, if we come into my apologies, it would actually be a customer sales report by customer. We can filter by customer group. So this is one other way that we can start to look at our customer groups and run reports against them. You can also, I believe, if we do a sales reps report, I believe we can filter down by a customer group as well. So there's some other places throughout the software where we can filter down and take a look at products in a given category and customers in a given group and create rules about how these various features can work. So this concludes our brief tour of the customer groups and product categories feature in AdvancePro.